Raiden versus Solidus Snake.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history.
The L'Enfant Terrible
We need
project.
to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
Whoa. Mind fuck.
I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never
If Solid
escape.
and Liquid really
You'll
did
stay
that,
in
then
the
why is he
endless
still
loop.
alive?
Your own double helix.
Pathetic.
It's time we were both free.
The only weapon the game gives you. A sword. Which is bullshit. On its face.
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside.
Did you really want to find the Patriots?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they formed.
Looks like we're doing this. He gets his battle suit, 2 swords, and I get 1.
Brace yourself.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We got this. Huh, I must have paused the game. Here we go. Oh yeah, he's got a long range attack, but I don't! Yay, that was awesome. What the hell? Oh yeah, his flaming feet attack. I got my only ration. Oh, he got me. Bastard. Great. He's a great blocker. Let's do this. In your face, Solidus. Yeah, because that's fair. Let's do it. Solidus, where's your fun now? Oh, you having fun there? Too bad I can't throw you off this building like the bastard you are. Take your beating! Oh, he killed me. Probably should have seen that coming. Huh, it's becoming easier. Probably because of multiple attempts. Oh, he killed me again. Yeah, why am I not expecting this? No, I'm on fire! Help! My butt's on fire! Ah! Help! Damn it, Solidus. Set yourself on fire.
Good work, Jack. But this is where it gets...
Oh, what are you gonna do now? What the hell? He jettisoned his tentacles. Probably jettisoning the extra weight he doesn't need. Just so he can do that. All over the fucking place. Are you kidding me? Ah, stop trying to call me. I'm getting my ass on fire. Oh yeah, because this is totally fair. Thanks. Ah, why? What the hell? God, are you seeing this? How OP this guy is? Although he leaves himself wide open for attacks. I think I'm only avoiding this through dumb luck. Come on. Only one more combo attack and he should be killed. Solidus, you're funny. Oh, he's already dead. Yeah. What are you looking at, Solidus? Being given only the sword was not fun. Solidus, where were you going? Hey look, your back's exploding. You're falling apart, Solidus. Oh, are you going over? Oh, he fell. All his plans destroyed by the Patriot's puppet. Didn't sound good. George Washington isn't going to save you, Solidus. Raiden is victorious. The sword fight is over, Solidus has been literally thrown away, and Raiden is finally able to reunite with his Rose. Now it's off to the scoreboard. Gameplay. Ugh, this happened again! The boss fight trope of tutorial boss syndrome. However, this came with a twist. Instead of scaling down the difficulty in order to introduce the mechanic, Solidus went in the opposite direction and scaled it up because of it. This is the boss fight that introduced the player to the sword fighting mechanic which he just received at the end of the game! You are required to fight Solidus with your sword since all of your guns have disappeared after being flung onto this building. Okay, let's start running what happened. First, the sword itself. Controlling this piece of shit blade is unintuitive and incredibly aggravating because it has zero range and swinging it around feels like I'm fighting with a feather duster. The bigger problem is Solidus himself in this fight, in that in order to compensate for the new mechanic, they also beefed him up with completely BS attacks. One of the most incongruous is his flaming dash attack that covers at least 25% of the entire arena and creates a literal wall, making it even worse to get around, which isn't good because Raiden is already slow enough as it is. Solidus is also equipped with his Dr. Octopus backpack, which allows him to cut and throw Raiden around like a jackass. Getting knocked down repeatedly is not uncommon, and the unreliability of the sword actually hitting its target makes this fight unredeemable. This fight deserves nothing more than a 2/3 Triforce for gameplay. Story. In this portion of judging, Solidus actually comes through pretty good. At this point... one second. Anyway, at this point, the plot has turned full amounts of crazy, with all of Raiden's support characters turning into slaves of the philosophers, essentially what the Templars were to the Assassin's Creed games, controlling the world from behind the scenes, and they have ordered Raiden to kill Solidus Snake as he is of no more use. The unfortunate part is that Raiden is actually required to do this because of being thrust into the situational face-off, which pissed me off because the game was forcing me to comply with the wishes of the controlling jackasses. The least I could say is that Solidus legitimately deserves it. But this is at the end of the game and the last straw for these two combatants. Arsenal gear is gone and the big shell was entirely destroyed, leading to this showdown on the roof of a random building in the middle of New York. I'll give Solidus an 8 1/3 Triforce for this, because it does have story to back it up. Fun. The unfortunate part for Solidus is that this category belongs to gameplay rather than story, because Solidus wasn't as big a jagoff as he needed for the player to want to take great revelry in getting to kill him. He was a pretty lax villain overall, and didn't try to truly mess with the player character to the extent Liquid Snake did. The gameplay is what truly kills any sort of enjoyment for players, because this is one of those boss fights on replay that'll be dreaded when looking ahead. The abilities of the enemy stacking against handing the player a foreign system just does not work on any sort of level. It's like putting a lion up against a T-Rex and then cutting off one of the lion's arms beforehand. It's incredible that the designers thought this would ever work, and the baffling and laughable terribleness of this fight is what leaves me with giving it a 1 Triforce for fun! It is truly baffling to even think about this boss fight and how it exists, because it's just so incredibly terrible in all aspects. General villain motivation of a general villain, a new mechanic that doesn't bloody work. Enemy attacks that are just there to beat the player to death for no reason, and a difficulty created artificially. Were the designers just running out of time on this boss fight? Because it seems that no one even played it for quality control. In any sort of list of Metal Gear Solid's worst moments as a franchise, it is guaranteed that you will find Solidus Snake within its ranks for delivering us this complete travesty of a boss fight. The only thing that saved it from complete failure is that this is still the final boss fight with the ultimate villain, however generic he might be. 10 out of 30 Triforces. Okay guys, final game review is next, and I would like to wish you all a victory for gamers. Stay tuned for part 9 of 9.